Welcome to today's podcast. I am your host. Today we will discuss a very interesting topic: how to break free from false beliefs and find true happiness and success. This episode was inspired by a master-disciple dialogue full of sparks of wisdom. The master used vivid metaphors and sharp analysis to point out why many of us are trapped in false beliefs and how we can change our mindset to live a more relaxed and fulfilling life. Are you ready? Let's embark on this journey of thought together. Part 1. The Trap of False Beliefs. Let's start with a core question. Why do we often feel so much pain? In the dialogue, the disciple said he felt trapped. He thought that making mistakes on problems meant he couldn't pass exams. Reviewing was painful. Studying was even more painful. And eventually, he just wanted to give up. The master bluntly pointed out the root cause of all this suffering. It actually comes from a wrong definition. Many times, what we think is comfort is actually the source of pain. For example, the beliefs we absorbed as children, like the idea that going to work means drinking tea, chatting, and easily making money. Doesn't that sound familiar? Many have similar illusions, thinking that sitting in an office, enjoying food and fun is happiness, and work is just a bitter chore. But this is a thoroughly mistaken view. Why? Because this kind of belief traps us in a vicious cycle. We chase so-called comfort, but ignore the true value of getting things done. The master gave an example. People like Jack Ma and Wu Xiaohui didn't have much educational background. But why did they succeed? Because they know how to do things well and get results. In contrast, highly educated people, if they are spoiled by wrong beliefs and only seek comfort, become useless and incapable. In the end, they are neither rich nor happy. Part 2. Who is truly happy? The master used a vivid comparisonto showing the consequences of false beliefs. He divided life into two types: office life and working life. First, the office workers. On the surface, their life seems comfortable. Air conditioning, computers, no exposure to sun or wind. But in reality, their bodies become worse and worse. After work, they have to spend money at the gym, sweat profusely to exercise, and collapse exhausted as soon as they lie down. Not only that, they still have to endure workplace stress, scolding, and spending time and money maintaining health. This is like working two jobs, one earning money, one spending money on fitness. Sounds exhausting, right? Not to mention the gym's sweaty sock smell. Now let's look at the workers, such as construction workers. People think they are hardworking, suffering, and they also think so themselves. But their lives are actually simpler and healthier. They work and exercise their bodies during the day, get plenty of sunshine, and are not lacking in vitamin D. After work, they can fully rest, watch TV if they want, eat whatever they like, and their bodies can handle the exertion. More importantly, they earn money, feel secure, and live at ease, which life is truly happy. The answer is obvious. Although workers are defined as laborers, their life is truly peaceful and happy. While office workers seem glamorous, they actually bear both physical and mental pain. Part 3. How wrong definitions create pain. Dialogue further pointed out that pain comes from our own choices. Many of us have had similar experiences. When difficulties arise, we magnify the pain, feel incapable, and give up. For example, the disciple said that making mistakes on problems made him feel he wouldn't pass exams. Reviewing was painful, studying was painful, and eventually he felt he could not persevere. This way of thinking is actually a self-created mental barrier. These barriers are established by ourselves, but also by the beliefs imposed by parents and society. For example, society tells you eating, drinking, and having fun is good, while working is bad, which fills our minds with wrong views. What do these false beliefs bring? Being looked down upon, being poor because of lacking skills, mental pain from feeling inadequate, and physical pain caused by pursuing comfort and damaging health. These 4 points combined amount to a life full of suffering. The master said clearly, If you have no money, how can you be happy? Such false beliefs are like a heavy burden carrying all our lives, making us unhappy. Part 4. How to break the cycle. Establishing correct life views. So, how can we break out of this vicious cycle? The master gave the answer: beliefs, concepts, habits, and training. Simply put, we need to rebuild a correct view of life. First, we must realize that true happiness is not about seeking comfort, but about doing things and doing them well. Doing things not only earns us money, but also keeps our bodies healthy and minds fulfilled. Like workers who, although hardworking, live honestly and easily. Second, changing beliefs requires practice. Knowing principles is not enough. The master mentioned that smart people can learn from others' experience with suffering themselves. Those who stubbornly don't understand will remain trapped in their mental barriers. Therefore, we must actively observe and learn and break those false definitions. Finally, the master gave a practical suggestion. Write down these insights, make blogs or podcasts, and repeatedly immerse yourself in them. This truth is profound. Changing beliefs requires constant reinforcement until it becomes part of you. That concludes today's episode. We talked about false beliefs and how they lead us into suffering. We also saw how those who truly do things live a life of peace and happiness. The master's teaching makes us understand that happiness does not fall from the sky, but is created through correct beliefs and real actions. I want to leave you with a question for reflection. Have you been poisoned by false beliefs? For example, thinking comfort is happiness, or thinking working hard is shameful? Try to reflect on whether these beliefs make you feel pain. If yes, how would you start to change? Let's break these mental barriers together and live a truly peaceful and happy life. Thank you all for listening. Goodbye.